Hmm. And we made it. Happy Friday. I'm Wash. This is Star Wars Friday. Very quickly, we are about to get some weather in, and thus, if stream gets interrupted, that's probably why. Also, I have to get up and go close those windows because it's really windy, and I'm sure a door or two is about to slam. That said, my name is Wash. Actually, we'll be back. Biggie, correct. It is Star Wars Friday. Thank you for joining us. And we are back. Um, yeah, it just literally storm like that. The wind is howling right now. On that note, Biggie, thanks for jumping in. I am glad you were here, and I hope you had a good week, my friend. It is Friday. It is Star Wars Friday. Um, I will be on the M Nerdiverse Live podcast tonight. That is the link in the chat. There's a bunch of stuff that's happened this week, so I'm sure we'll be talking about it. I have prep in about an hour, so I don't necessarily know all the things. That said, today we are reviewing Leia, Princess of Alderaan. And you know what? This is a pretty damn good book. I gotta tell you, it took me a while to get through. Let me see. Let me see the exact time frame because I did not look that up. One second, but it did take me a while to get through. So I started this book January 8th. And it's like, yeah, how is that a good book? You know, a good book you finish in like, you know, a week max. Well, here's the thing. It's not a hey, Biggie, I appreciate that, and I do understand 115%. So if you need those winks, go get them. Um, but be sure to come back for the replay. But what I'm going to say about this, how is that a good book if it's only been like, it took you 3, 4 months? It's not necessarily a fast book, right? But the context that it gives into Leia and the Organa family is not something that we really get anywhere, and I'm on my ninth watch of Clone Wars up and down. So that's what I'm going to first say about the book. Second thing I'm going to say, I am a huge I guess we can call it Clone Wars era type of guy. That's where I've spent probably the majority of my time, and thus I've had a bit of a transition because I've literally like sucked up all of that. I've had a bit of a hard time transitioning over into the original era timeline simply because episode 4, 5, 6, we know the characters, we know what they do, but there's not a lot of early history, right? Everything in extended universe starts getting into all the other stuff. So that's one of the reasons I really highly recommend the young Star Wars series, like the one that I was just reading, Rogue, Rogue, something or other. Rogue, not Rogue One, Rogue something or other. But it's literally takes place about 2, 3 weeks, maybe a month after the destruction of the first Death Star, and so you really get to see these characters in their like beginning. Like Luke has no idea how to use the Force. He's just like, I don't know. Someone told me I'm good. I'm supposed to be good. Let's try and be good. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But to this book and Leia, that's one of the reasons that I really enjoyed this book. And this book takes place before the princess, as I tweeted last night. Like Leia pre-princess. This is about her journey to become the princess, and thus it's a tad bit of a younger read. A lot of relationship building, a lot of relationship stuff, a lot of young kid relationship stuff. That said, there's also a ton of politics in this book, which makes it great. There's also a ton of Bail and Bria Organa planning the rebellion, Leia finding out about the rebellion, having to explain. There is a moment in this book that was so tense that I had to stop for 2 days. And what ends up happening is Bail and Leia, and I'm not going to give out how it ends, but the setting is Bail and Bria have a and dinner party, and there are 12 people there. And all of a sudden, ding dong, enter Moff Tarkin. And it's like, pucker up, buttercup. Things are about to get interesting. And it was so uncomfortable that I had to stop for 2 days. Because I was like, I can't be at this dinner party right now. And like, it is awkward. So, that is some of the meat of this book, and thus it makes it a solid read. Overall, there's not a lot of action. In fact, I mean, now that I think about it, there's maybe one action scene in the entire thing, and it comes towards the end of the book. I will say that the downside of the book is you can read pretty early what's going on in the book and how it's probably going to end, not because you know the story of Leia, but because it's written kind of like, oh, well, there's no one else in the room who did the murder, so it's you. So it does read a tad bit like that. That said, I thought we were going to end with the iconic um, "Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi, your only hope," but where this book ends and how we get to that, she's 16 here. I want to say it's about 2 years before she's there. I want to say 18, at least according to like extended universe books. Um, so Leia, Princess of Alderaan, is going to get a 3 out of 5. It's a high 3. It's not a high 3. It's a medium high 3. All right, like it's a medium high 3. It's definitely a must read. I kind of wish there was a part 2. Is there a part 2 to Claudia Gray's Leia? Because it leaves off at such a great moment that you're like, oh, I kind of want to continue seeing what's up with this Leia. No, standalone. Bloodline? Oh yeah, we read Bloodline. Bloodline's fantastic. Yes, that is about Leia. Um, yeah, everybody finds out the deeds about Leia in that book, and it is kind of gnarly. Han's in that book, a lot of action. Great book, solid book. So definitely Bloodline, but it takes place like we're literally probably moments away from episode 7. I mean, not moments, but we are well and far beyond return in that book. So definitely check that out. So Leia, 3 out of 5. I definitely recommend it. I'm going to rate this. My full review. That was my full review. So if you are one of the lucky ones that are here, you actually get to see the full review in person. Otherwise, it will be posted on both Goodreads and Twitter in the coming weeks because I am slow at these things. So on that note, yeah, solid book. And I don't know what I was expecting. I do judge Star Wars books by their cover quite often. Quite often I'm wrong. Yeah, and the drama, and that's what this does bring is a bit of the drama to it. And that is I love the politics of Star Wars. In fact, it's one of the things I go back to for Clone Wars is just simply those in between episodes where we're seeing the politics play out. And that's one of the reasons last week you asked what my favorite book is, and I said Plagueis without a doubt because it just gives so much credence to what we are all doing here, right? Which is the politics of the time, which is why it has also taken a bit of time for me to get into the books of the original trilogy, because I don't necessarily understand the politics, right? The Emperor's taken over, but there's a lot of details that go in the Clone Wars. A lot of freaking details that go into that. So I definitely agree, Biggie. Valid, valid point. Um, Generally speaking, this is, you know, it should be a relatively quick read, but some of these books, like, you know, the High Republic book, which I have like 26 minutes left in. We'll finish it tonight. Some of them take a minute because they just read a tad bit younger. And I'm not saying that in a bad way. I'm saying that is not that's not written for me type of way. So some of them are hard to get through in that regard, but that's not taking anything away from Star Wars as a whole. So that is our book review for today, and on to our game. Leia. Also, let's turn that down. Yep, I knew that was about to happen. I knew that was about to happen. No, I don't want to hear it. Please stop. Just quit, bro. Just quit. There you go. You see, I was on the page. I didn't actually do the task. So, on that note, I don't necessarily remember where I ended last week. I do remember talking to Big E and getting super distracted and not doing a lot. So we are going to try and figure out where we're supposed to be going. Oh, yeah, we did do something, because right at the end, didn't the captain come in, I think? Why is this still in my ear? This should not still be in my ear. Oh, it's not my fault. Blame Steam and this computer. I mean, really windy. Alright, now we're ready. So, other than that, what else? Have I started any other books? I'm in the middle of rereading Thrawn Ascendancy. Yeah, man, good call. Good memory. Um, that's what I was trying to do. I still have to find my, like, yeah, that's what we're doing. We're trying to prove ourselves to Homeboy to let us go somewhere. Um, but I am rereading. I'm in the middle of Thrawn Ascendancy now, which, I mean, if you haven't read, like, the Thrawn books outside of Star Wars that just deal with the Chiss, fantastic. In fact, part of me hopes that Thrawn comes back in Ahsoka Season 2, and all of a sudden, he, like, messages Orlani. And it's like, yeah, we're bringing the Chiss in. Let's do it, man. Let's freaking do it. You are super weak, so it doesn't really matter. You know what I mean? Demolitions. Nope. How was your week, Biggie? Anything interesting happen over there? You do anything fun? I'm a big eater of food. Um, I mean, nothing really helps you, bro. Yeah, you are weak. Damn it. Yeah. Um, that I gave a 1 star? No, not yet. But I am very, 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 very close to giving this High Republic book a 1 star. I have been thinking about it. I do not know. Escape from Valo. I have to say, this last hour, at least, like a battle has happened. Like and it's not without action, but the book is so. Hold on a second, because this is an important pick, and I will lose my mind talking about this book. Um, yeah, we do not have a stun droid. Yeah, let's do that. It is so, as Mike G in the podcast says, there are times when a director or a creator has material that is old, and yet they decide to take that and write about whatever it is they want to write about, disguised within the IP. I guess let's go up here and see what's over there. That is what this book is after considering that point of view, and I'm not saying it's bad. Again, I'm saying it's not written for me. And you're like, Brian, you're kind of beating around the bush. What are you talking about? Look, the best way I can say it is like this book is about, and it's good because I am going to have to do a book review on it, so I am going to have to put it into words that don't offend people. This book is about, let's call it couple of 12-year-old Jedi being generous, a couple of, let's call it 8-year-old Jedi being generous, but they're written in such a way where if you said they were like younger than that, it's written there. I'm not saying that. It's just how the book's written. And there are so many feelings that are within this book. It's just a little weird. It's a little weird, man. It's a little strange, and to each his own. I'm not good, bad, indifferent, whatever. Like, it's written a little adult for what it is. That's the way to say it. And I mean adult in like a, you know, 16-year-old. Oh! God bless. Thank you. That's awesome. Yes, Saturday. Fantastic. That is awesome. Um, that's a much longer story than what either one of us are here for, I do believe. Let's try going down there, I guess. But Star Wars, strangely enough, looking for the Force, you find the Lord. So, I do like to pretend I'm a Jedi, that is for certain. That said, you know, I definitely respect what it is you do and who you must be as a human to do it. So, God bless and Christ's peace be with you, man. That's awesome. Oh, my week? It was like a Monday. Like, it was like a 3 Monday day week. There were like 3 Mondays in this week, a Tuesday, and today was a Wednesday. It surely wasn't a Friday. That said, I can't complain. You know, what I do is not necessarily the hardest thing in the world. Much obliged. Thank you very much. It's not the most difficult thing in the world. That said, yeah, getting ready for the podcast, generally speaking.
Yeah?
So, I've been reading a Punisher comic this week. Trying to finish that book this week, Leia, because it did take a minute. And, we just need to move on with our lives. There's other stuff to read, like, I need to find those books now that YJK is gone. How am I going to open this freaking door? And where is your weapon? Why can't I plant a freaking... I don't know. It's interesting. I do remember coming across that, though, but I don't understand why I can't plant an explosive there. Past that, man, super stoked that it is Saturday. This weekend, what are we going to be getting into this weekend? Oh, I haven't watched Maul yet this week, so I will be watching some Maul tomorrow. I can't wait. Cannot freaking wait. Yeah, we did come here. Such a confusing area. Ah, yeah. Unfortunately, it just comes in a day of the week. just one right now. I literally got this lightsaber right before I hit this planet. It has a red blade because I haven't. Our last playthrough, I just got the green blade. Other than that, I had not had one yet. This is not the way. I guess we can go back down. No idea what it is I'm looking for. Yeah, we remember all of this. We fought all of this, man. We had this issue in the first one, too. Just hit a point where we were just walking in freaking circles. You know. Look. I like to enjoy my Star Wars with a beer if possible and minimum distractions. We're gonna call Monday not the best day for all of that. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, damn. A little help. I'm assuming it's doing well. I don't know how, if the views are up there on it or not, simply for that reason. Oh, that's the computer we were looking for.
Let's go.
Are there 2 episodes or 1 episode of Maul this week? There's some thunder. Yeah, we did this. Just thank you. Thank you, so that I don't get my hopes up and then get super disappointed when I'm like, yo, bro, why is there's only 1 episode? What are we doing? Yeah, I'm stoked. Yeah. In fact, on the podcast, we have a segment. What have you been doing this week? That would normally be what I was talking about. I watched it the first week because it was the first week, but it's like I got to it on Thursday. You know what I mean? Yesterday I was like, should I watch them all? I'm like, I can't. I'm so freaking tired. I can't watch them all. I'm exhausted.
About time you showed up. Mandalore ordered me to report here and escort you wherever. You want to hike through this jungle, but I can get you where you want to go a lot faster and...
What just happened?
Follow.
What just happened? Well, at least you took me back so I don't have to freaking run up there all
Ready to head back to your ship?
Oh. That is helpful.
Any progress with the... You do. I don't know how, but these pieces look... I'll be sure to tell Mandalore how much... Mandalorians are expected to do anything they can to help, but you're a stranger, and you didn't have to help us.
Hey, Biggie, take it easy. God bless. Enjoy your weekend. Star Wars Friday. Read some Star Wars. Thundering. Thunder.
All right, if you say.
Excellent. Well, I don't think Jordan's gonna be around much longer. Jordan, did you eat? Did you need treats or something? You're probably already hiding.
Zuka told me you helped out with some repairs around the base. I was hoping you'd prove yourself more with a lightsaber. But it's... The gate guard said you managed to kill a Zakek. Those are tough beasts, Jedi. How many Kanaks did you have to kill to find those parts for Zuka? You've made quite a... I was planning on heading to Isis tomorrow. You won't be able to get to the Ebon Hawk from the city. If you need to grab anything from your ship, I'd do it now.
Before we go do so, let's just go. We'll be fine. because we've done that multiple times, which I would have done had I not known that this dude was standing here waiting to take me back.
Your ship's pilot and gunner are both skilled. You destroyed...
I also need to save before this goes wacky because it's the... God, that was super helpful, bro. Alright, let's do some inventory management. I knew that was gonna... No, nothing. Alright. Workbench. Let us get rid of this stupid freaking red lightsaber. Ah, so much better. Why is that? I mean... Oh, 1 to 8. Take it. Nice. Finally. Finally. Fantastic. Who are we taking with us on this mission? We are about to go to Mandalore. Yeah, we are not effing around with any of this. No. We can't take him. God, we are missing some folks, aren't we? I don't want to take him. Do we just go with 3 Jedi and call it a day? You know what? We'll try the Handmaiden. Why not? We do have to level her out, but it is what it is. She needs some clothes. I don't know where her clothes went. And folks, don't blame me. I did not do it. It's really windy. Sorry, folks. Unfortunately, a couple of bosses texted me, so did have to go ahead and deal with that. So, we do not have. I am the person who does that. All right. Yeah, I would hear the signal go off. Okay, focus. It just got so quiet outside, I was like, what the F? But, one would think that if that was going to be the issue, that's interesting. Anyway, moving on. You are a hand-to-hand type, so lot of levels, lot of levels, lot of levels.
I hear you.
Yeah, no. I mean, we'll at least get to the point where we see where we're going. I really know where we're going, so we're at least gonna get there. certainly not about to go fight a bunch of freaking Mandalorians with that dude. Not about to fucking happen. Oh!
Ready to head back.
Taking over everything. This place is a mess.
Are you ready to go? I know, it made quite a racket. That's to be expected. It wouldn't be much of a test if all you had to do was take a hike through the... Are you ready to go? I'm going to talk with Zuka and have him start a shuttle flight check. After that, we'll head out. How are the port stabilizers?
They check out Mandalore. All systems are green.
Good. I want the shuttle bound for Onderon within the hour. What do you want?
Is all in readiness?
It is. Like I promised. Why? You want to back out now?
My only concerns are for the one you escort to Onderon, Mandalorian. Would you do any less for one of your clan?
Don't pretend to understand us. We Mandalorians are a breed apart.
If by apart you mean scattered, broken, and lost, then yes, you are correct.
Not for long. Soon the Mandalorians will be strong again, united as one clan under one banner. Mine.
Ah, yes, the Great Crusade, after the first one was ended by Revan and the Jedi. Such a defeat was merciful, an echo of the end, when your ships were in flames, crushed in the grip of Malachor V. But I do not need to remind you of such things.
I was at Malachor 5, and I remember how many Jedi died to stop us there. And no matter how many dead orbit that planet, the Mandalorians still live. Clan Ordo still lives. See Kex there? He was serving on Nar Shaddai's muscle for the Hutts. Kelborn was a scout for the Duros on Frontier Worlds. I brought them here, gave them a purpose. This galaxy will be ours again, I promise you. That is the future.
Indeed, the future is always in motion.
Always in
It is a difficult thing to see. Perhaps there will be no New Age Mandalore, no great Mandalorian crusade. Perhaps your people fought their last battle at Malachor V, and you have been dying ever since, a quiet death that will last centuries. And perhaps all that
Why all the
remains will be
hostility?
what I see before me. A man wounded by a Jedi, encased in a Mandalorian shell, hunted by the thought of being the last of the Mandalorians.
You've got some guts talking to me like that. You think your age or your Jedi whelp are going to keep you safe from me?
No, Mandalore, you are wrong. I hope that it is you who will keep the one I travel with safe. You are loyal, and you have served many masters, even when they abandoned you. Do you wonder where he wanders now, Mandalore? Why he gave you your orders, then abandoned you at the edge of the galaxy?
How do you know that?
I know many things, and I can answer the question that burns within your shell, Mandalore. But there is a price. You must keep the one I travel with safe. He is important to me, more important than anything. Show the same loyalty you have shown in the past, Mandalore. If there is a Mandalorian crusade, let it be for something that will carry your people's memory into the future. So when the time comes when there are no more Mandalorians, then at least their honor will remain. The one I travel with has walked your same path, and I ask that when the end comes, that you remember that kinship, even if it seems there is nothing else left.
No.
Forget the Jedi. Keep your eyes on her.
1, 2, 3. Mandalorians, we got company. Stealth targets have breached our perimeter.
I knew we wouldn't get out clean, huh?
Wait a moment. I sense there is a disturbance in the camp. I did not expect them so soon. How did they get here, I wonder? Regardless, none of them can escape. Oh, let us join the battle.
Yes, we're keeping this configuration. You wanna know why we're keeping this configuration? Because that dude is not good in battle, bro. He needs help. Y'all don't need me for all that. Apparently, it's going to take some doing, huh? Apparently, it's just not going to be super cakewalk and easy. Alright, I got something for you. Saved. Alright, we got something for you. Yeah. How about them apples, huh? Yeah? Yours isn't nearly as impressive. Oh, the other side.
You didn't think you were the only ones with stealth generators, did you? For Mandalore!
For Mandalore! Oh shit. Alright, we need to be a tad bit more judicious with our force deployments. Love my lightsaber.
Seems trouble follows you on a regular basis. I think it's best for both of us if we head to ISIS immediately.
Oh. Alright. And we're off the freak jungle. Really need to spend the Saturday playing this because we gotta get through this game. We're playing it a minute now. My goodness, it's like we have all the. We got 3 more people to get. You know what I mean? I think it's gonna take the rest of the year, and I really want to get the Outlaws. I guess we could have Star Wars every day. Seems reasonable.
Vaklu's saying that the Republic ship attacked first? That's madness!
Unfortunately, lie or not, it's a madness people will believe.
The timing of this is atrocious. A space battle above our skies, so many of our fighters lost?
Curiously, only Tobin's men were involved in that battle.
That shooter!
Strong word, Your Majesty. But there is no good time for news like this. I recommend we continue with our plan.
But won't that bring even more followers to Vaklu's side? Increasing his power?
For a time, perhaps. But we both know he's not the true threat. It's his unseen support from the shadows that we must drag out into the light. Then, and only then, can we strike.
I fear by then it will be too late.
Oh, at least it's bright.
Here we are, the city of ISIS. It's been shut down tight for months now. General Vaklu is close to declaring martial law. We won't be able to travel too far in the city.
We'll see about that.
Fortunately, I have a friend in this quarter of the city. He's a doctor by the name of Dagon Gent. His office is on the other side of the market square.
Alright. And that, my friends, is
It
where
might
we...
be best if you do the talking around here.
And that, my friends, is where we will pick up on our stream next week, or Saturday or Sunday, who knows. On that note, I will be on the Nerdiverse Live podcast tonight on YouTube. Go ahead and join us. We will be talking all the things Geek of the Week. And I hope you have yourself a nice weekend and do a bunch of cool things like watching ball. Watch ball. On that note, wash out.